there, then you need to be paid the right amount of money to enable you to live there and to do the job. You've got to be working in your constituency, you are working till late in the night, you are reading papers, you are working incredible hours. I don't think that the general public actually understand how many hours MPs put in.
Sorry, so can I just come back to Laura then on that?
Yeah.
Laura, you ask this question, do you feel MPs do get paid enough? Do you feel you understand the pressures of their job? What do you think?
Well, if they got paid a lot more, then obviously they wouldn't need to pay anything. But I understand if they're doing the same thing, but they pay for things like food, so how can people get food and then pay for things like food? I think they need to run somewhere else, obviously where somewhere you go, they decide to do their expenses present, and then you go to raising money.
So would that be something you talk about for a system then, a much more open system? Okay, so Helen, did you have a point?
I don't understand where this money is coming from, because if you can double an MP's wages and salary, then surely there's money there to give students more money for their finances. It all comes out of one pot, doesn't it?
More hours than we realise, but there's people like soldiers. They get a set amount. They don't get paid as much as they're needing. Doctors, they don't get paid as much as they need. Footballers, I understand this context. That people support football and they get so much money a week. But why should MPs get more, but doctors and soldiers don't get more when they're out there fighting and dying for their country rather than trying to improve it?
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry to those who've asked questions. I want to move on because we've got a question from an Avon Valley student, Toby. Toby, do you want to ask your question, please?
How do you propose to meet the demands on the new school leaving age when there's a lack of sixth form higher education in rugby?
Okay, this is reference to the fact that the government has raised the leaving age to 18. I think there's a general consensus about that. How do we propose to meet the demands of school leaving age when there's a lack of sixth form space in rugby? Sue Peach.
You can clearly increase the sixth form spaces in rugby. The new college is being built, that's going to have extra capacity for sixth form further education. Other schools have wanted to open sixth forms and they've not been able to in the past, and I know that there are certain schools in this town who would jump at the chance of opening a sixth form, and they have the capacity, they have the space to build sixth form centres.
Okay, Andy King.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. To me, there is a problem here in terms of the sixth form for the future. You increase the capacity, you invest in the schools in order for them to deliver for those young people who will clearly benefit from being able to stay on in school and up until the age of 18. So I think this is something which deserves the support of all of us as a community, and we should get there as quickly as we possibly can and invest in our young people.
Is the government really planning this? Because they're raising the school leaving age to 18 quite quickly, and clearly there isn't the space in education. So why is the government raising the leaving age to 18?
We're raising the age to 18 because over the next decade or so, it is essential that we actually skill up and prepare the young people of today for the jobs for tomorrow. We are going in the past, and there were a lot of jobs which weren't really fully skilled, semi-skilled or unskilled. Those jobs over the last 10, 20 years have all but dried up. So the future really is, we are going to require something like 2.5 million highly skilled additional jobs in the economy. And the only way that that can be done is to actually give young people the opportunity for education in order to prepare them for it. So we have a challenge, there's no two ways about it, but it must be met, and I believe that we will rise to the challenge, both here in Rugby, but also across the country.
Okay, Mark, does the Conservative Party support raising leaving age to 18?
I think one of the things we want to see is rather more vocational training. I'm not sure that it makes sense to keep people in schools who don't want to be in schools and aren't particularly academic.
Well, the current policy isn't to keep people in schools. You have to be in some sort of college training or education.
But we would like to see a greater emphasis on vocational training, so that we provide school leavers with the skills that they're going to need when they get out into the workplace. And I do think that we've lost our emphasis a little bit here. We've had this focus very much on academic issues. I know we're going to talk about the target of 50% of students going to university, but it's hand in hand with that. And one of the things we're saying that our economy is suffering because of a lack of people coming forward with the kind of skills that employers want in more vocational fields. And we would like to see much more effort put into that. And we've got in our manifesto, you will see a proposal to create 100,000 new apprenticeships, and we think that will go much of the way to meeting the demands of commerce and industry as we strive to get out of Gordon Brown's recession.
Okay, I'm sorry to Alan and David, I just want to come back to Toby on this. Toby, are you concerned about the space of sixth forms in Rugby?
Yeah, just from personal experiences, places in Ashlawn are decreasing as well, so there's just not any space for us apparently.
Okay, are you hoping to stay on to school till 18 then?
Yes.
Do you feel that everybody should have to stay in some form of education?
Not necessarily, because not what they want.
Okay. Is there any other points anyone would like to raise? Taylor?
And you said that you should still prepare you to say jobs tomorrow. Is there sort of way to keep that for employment so they do not go there?
No, far from it. It really is a genuine commitment. It's a long-standing commitment by this Labour government to invest in the future of young people, to ensure that they are able to maximise their potential in the job market and to be able to look after themselves and their families much better. So it really is. We don't want to put square pegs in round holes. It is about ensuring that young people are able to maximise their skills and their talents, be it in academic work or be it in vocational training as well.
Thank you, Stanley. The girl from.
My school is currently on review of sixth form curriculum because we cannot fund it. The cost of running a sixth form is prohibitive. You've said before that we are short on money, and we all know that we're in a recession. How do you intend to fund more sixth forms across Rugby when we clearly don't have the funding for it?
Okay, thank you for that. Diana?
You say you support disadvantaged families with EMA. How are you going to support them if the children have to stay in school for 18?
Okay, so there's a funding issue then, do you think, Diana? Yeah. Alex?
I should say, Mark, before you have wrote a manifest, you can comment on the previous issues that then you pulled out some big issues now. So, when we got as well.
The 100,000.
Well, that's an announced policy. What, of course, is happening is that all of the political parties are working at their manifestos, and there are some parts of the manifesto, frankly, that are written and embedded, and that's in place, and there are others that will be revealed pretty imminently as we get closer to the election. So there are some areas where I can talk to you firmly about policy, and others where that policy is not yet written up.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, we've run out of time. I'm sorry if those students who didn't get a chance to ask the questions or haven't had the chance to make a point. I'd really like to thank all of the panel and the audience, particularly students who come from other schools, for their participation. So I'd like to thank Alan Scolland, Andy King, Mark Pawsey, Sue Peach and David Railton.